Ugh. Are we back? Did I do it? Okay, let's start the music again. Okay, we're back. We're just too hot, y'all. That's definitely what it is. Well, I guess what's a good temperature for like your GPU? Dang it, I knew it, you guys. This is why my freaking computer keeps like shutting off, is because y'all are gaming the channel point system for the don't know business of time. I said do not stop the party. Okay, let's start this again. I'm just gonna leave all other programs closed because don't blame us. All I'm saying is, well, now I don't want to screenshot it because I'm like, okay, wait, let me think of something. Well, actually, okay, let me clean off my desk a little bit. And maybe I can show you. We can draw on a piece of paper like they did in the olden days. And you can see all my cables. Okay. From now on, we need to team up and do points all at the same time. Okay. See if I can do this. Oh, also, I bought my parents a cruiser bike because I don't want to ride my bike by myself. So I took my mom yesterday and we were riding around. Okay, I'm gonna use the Winnie cam. And it was really fun. I love riding bikes. Especially right now since it's kind of hot. You can like go outside but not be accessible to people. Because you're like, get away from me, I'm on my bike. We should meet up for bike rides. Oh, hey again. Honestly, Sultan of Sleep, there's this Canadian, I think it's the Trans-Canadian Trail or something like that. There's a bike trail that goes across Canada from coast to coast that I've always wanted to do. Okay. I pulled out my notebook. Let me see if we can get the Winnie cam turned on. Okay. Here we are. There's a wonderful song by Queen about bikes. Heck yeah. Okay, so let's try and draw some stuff. I'll try to draw it to you guys so it's easier. And then let's see if I turn on my little light. If my computer will freaking crash. Okay. Light. Look at her. So actually the light isn't too, like it's bright, but it's not as bright as my other one. Which is probably good because the other one was like blinding me. Okay, we got an Enpine pen from the 20th anniversary conference. What else we got? We have a red pen, but which one draws in a red color? That's the real question. There's the loaf sketch, yeah. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, I'm just gonna keep moving that around for no reason. What I'm thinking is, so say like this is, because how many switches we got right now? 5. So let's say like from here. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 will be here. Okay, so this would be like, anyone want a dent and ding special smolka in blue or green? One of the rear accents took a tumble. Sag. Is it on the corner or is it just like in the back? Ooh, yeah, I'll have to check this out. Wow. See, that one, that trail is even more extra. Because do you go up to the north part too? The corner. What I would do is take a picture of it and then I'm sure someone will want it. Oh yeah, so the meetup that I went to, there was like people like, okay, so like so like I'll give you a demo. So like, say this is the keyboard. They were like, when they touch their fingers, they go like this. Like really like, I don't know how to do it because it's so weird. They would like go like this, like really low, and then they would stick their freaking ear on it. It was really funny. They're like, they have their hand, like, say this is their hand, their ear is like right here, like they're going like this on the keyboards. I don't know if anyone else has seen that before. I thought it was so weird. Yeah, I swear it is. And then like, well, the other part too was really funny was like, if I was sitting in front of my keyboard, like, there would be people that would come up, but like not as many people would come up. And then when I left, they would like flock the keyboards. And I think because I had brought an iron with me, something I really liked about the meetup was everyone had a different keyboard. Like there was maybe 2 of the same like ickies, but everything else was different, which was really cool. Yeah, I was laughing so hard. I was like, this is amazing. I love this. So currently the OLED is sitting kind of like here, I would say. The OLED's about this big, which I think is fine. But what I'm kind of thinking is, what if we do, because currently the Pro Micro sits in the center, but I was thinking, what if we move it over to like one side, like maybe, because if I get rid of one, then it would be a 3x3. So if I get rid of one column and say this is our outline, because I'm just thinking like proportionally, it's a little bit wide right now. Like I think I either need to make it taller with another row of switches, which isn't a bad thing. Which, yeah, it's not a bad thing. How big is that? Let me look at my let me look at my microwave. Or give him legs, because this is a 3x3. So a 2 would be like this. So Oh yeah, we could do like, what if we did like, let's do like little stubby legs, like one switch will be a leg. And then yeah. What if we do like this? What if we do like a 3? It'll be a 3x3, but it'll be like this, but missing this bottom switch because those will be the legs. Oh my gosh, you know what this is gonna look like? Wait, what is that character's name? It's the one that has like, it's the little brown guy that's like this. He looks like this. Have you seen this guy before? What's his name? What's up, Aaron? Yeah, Domo-kun. It's gonna, I kind of want those kind of proportions, I think. Okay, so yeah, I think we can still keep the OLED and it'll be like, it'll be closer to like here instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll just have the Pro Micro sitting. We'll probably do it underneath some switches, which is fine. Oh, Stella redeems when he makes an appearance. Let me go find her because she's probably outside. I'll be right back. Say hello. Winnie. Say hi. Where you going, girl? Say hello. Oh, she's coming over this way. Winnie, say hello to everybody. Let me see if I can. This is gonna be funny. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Are you a baby? She's like, I'm baby. Wait, this looks crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Bean, where are you going? You gonna come over here? She's like, I'm gonna come bite your stuff. Come here. Winnie. I'll see if she'll come back this way. Bean. Come here, fool. You're stepping on my keyboard. Come say hello to everybody. Say hello. You gotta show off your moves. Don't forget the donate points to the Dono Business-a-thon. Exactly. Are you gonna help me draw? You gonna help me? Huh? You gonna help me? Yeah, go pet your cats. Winnie's being a good girl. I think she, in some ways, I wouldn't say is jealous of baby, but she definitely, like, I can tell she's not getting as much attention as normal. So she's kind of like, she's being a good girl. She's not being bad as much. Trying to bite my cables. Say hi. You wanna help us draw? Huh? No? Okay. See ya. Alright. So, robots. So then what I was thinking was, maybe we just have like an encoder option for one of the switches themselves. Like maybe this top right one is the encoder. I'm just gonna put a circle. And then at the top, that's where I was thinking, instead of doing switches, we could do like silkscreen / LEDs. So I was thinking it'd be like maybe like this tall. I don't know if this is a good view for you guys. LEDs, heck yeah. We gotta get our LEDs in there somewhere. Let's try to turn this thing. I guess that's it. Ugh. Trying to find a way where you guys can see a little better without my giant hand blocking it. Yeah, just doing like a... And then maybe having like LEDs like here and here. I guess the other question too is, do we want like an acrylic case with this, or I think it should just be FR4 stack maybe, and maybe there can be like an optional acrylic case. But yeah, I was thinking about so there's this macro pad called, I think it's the Spooky 2x3 or something like that. I have it in my room somewhere. But it was created, who made that one? I think it was Board Source was selling them, I think. From what I remember. I have it around here somewhere, but basically it looks like a little, it's like a Halloween themed macro pad, so it looks like a little coffin. Oh, you know what? I have a picture of it on my Instagram. Bro, Instagrams. Bruh, how do you all feel about Instagram nerfing images? Because they're trying to be TikTok. Oh, this one. So this is the macro pad. But I don't know if you can see, like, here. Ah! The camera just fell over. Yeah, so they nerfed, like, images, so they don't really promote images anymore. It's, like, only reels and videos. So see that LED right there? That one is a 4-pin RGB LED, like a through-hole LED. So I was thinking those might look kind of cool on the, like where the eyeballs go. But we can also maybe do like a silk screen too. Just so that it doesn't, like, even if you don't put the LEDs, then it'll look like it'll have eyeballs and like a face. But yeah, I think maybe Pro Micro gave my cats the loves. I'm thinking maybe if I put it like, well, we could still put it in the center. We put it here. And then the cable would run like from here underneath. I can't see the LED right there because she don't have a face. I'm sorry. It's too hot. If maybe when the sun goes down, we'll come back to it. Alright, so yeah, so there'll be like a switch here, a switch here, a switch here, one here, one here, one here. And then there'll be like Pro Micro sitting in this part. And then we can maneuver the diodes and stuff around. But yeah, this will be where the OLED sits. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think I like the proportions of this better than what we currently have. It'll just be a little baby chunky. Okay, so let's get back to our KiCad. And let me turn off my light because it's shining in my face. Okay, so let's go back to our schematic. Little chunky solder bot. How cute would it be though if you could like have stickers with your freaking PCB, you know, and you could like decorate that mess? Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna do some rearranging. First of all, we don't need we only need one encoder now, and we don't need these extra switches. So yeah, because we'll be sharing a diode with another switch. Okay, so we're gonna yeet these. But yeah, everyone in chat, how are you guys doing? How's your life right now? What are you up to? I've been trying to adjust my sleep schedule with varying degrees of success. You're alive. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I've been like trying to go to bed earlier, which if you know me, you know that I'm like a vampire person and I don't do that. Okay, let's move you down here. And then we'll move one of these switches as well. There. Okay. I'll move this down too because I'm that kind of person. Okay, and then we can get rid of all of this. Move these in. Could run all my ideas at once and not have to wait. Oh my gosh. Imagine having ideas. How do I move this over? Okay. Stingray Shuffle! Hey, how's it going? I was laughing so hard at your Instagram story the other day. I was dead. It was amazing. Okay, so then let me extend this out to a row. Working on some cables, playing V-Rising, and by playing I mean rearranging my castle. I still need to like stake a claim on where my castle will be in the server. I've just not been playing that much. Okay, so this one we're gonna grab our encoder. I'm gonna get rid of this. I think you were playing games the other day on Twitch or something. If I remember. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this whole thing so that we can use the this diode. Okay, I'm gonna move you. I think it's one. No, don't want that. Want that. I guess where's the leg of the diode? Oh, right there. Okay, I have a feeling I have an extra trace somewhere, but it's okay. Or actually, I could do it to the one that's going up, and then I will connect this one into the column trace. So yeah, with rotary encoders, you'll usually have on the one side, it'll be like 2 pins that connect to their own like dedicated pins on the Pro Micro. So that would be like here would be encoder D and C. I'll change these to A and B because we got rid of the other one. And then on the other side, you would hook it up like the same way you would with a regular switch, where you have one leg connected to a column and then the other connected to a row and a diode. So yeah. Oh wait, I need to move this. This is not right. Because I want to connect it to the diode, not the switch, if that makes sense. And I don't want that. So maybe I do want this the other way. Okay, that works a little better. Okay, and then we'll need to remove these two. Oh wait, no, we want those two. We want to get rid of the other two. We also don't need these additional columns. We need to add an additional row. So there. These are just stand-ins for now until we organize our switches and we can decide which one should go to which switch. Or which pin on the Pro Micro, sorry. Okay. She's looking cute. Let's fill in our reference designators. I'm gonna reset the existing annotations. And then let's go back to our other view. Here we go. Okay, so let's update this and it'll delete the things that we deleted before. Okay. Cool. So it has everything from before. I'm gonna get rid of the outline I drew. And then let's rearrange our switches. So I think on the other view, where is it? So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Over. And we'll need to adjust to, I think previously we had 4 LEDs. So we'll need to adjust where those are. And then put our friends over here. Okay, so our OLED. Is there a way to like group these two? They're grouped now. You can never escape. You're grouped forever. Okay, so then the Pro Micro I think we'll have sit about here. Because yeah, I basically wanted to sit underneath the switches, so we'll also need to adjust where our diodes and resistors are gonna sit. Oh, these were the capacitors, which I think someone mentioned if we use a different type of WS2812, like the RGB LED, we don't need a capacitor, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna move all the diodes off of like our work area so we can kind of visualize a little better. And I'll put the resistors on the other side. Technically need caps on RGB LEDs, they're just really... Oh, okay. Where did you come from? Okay. So our switch, it would sit something like this. It's funny because when I got these made the one time, PCB made with using this footprint with like a switch on a rotary encoder over a switch, JLC PCB was like fighting me, like they were like, no, we need to blah 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 whatever, and I was like, I know you can do it. I've seen you guys do it. Just do it. And they were like, no, blah, 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 blah. And then finally they gave in. But like, it took me, they basically started getting like, not aggressive, but kind of. They were like, yes or no. And I was like, it was like, no, or yes, or whatever. And then they finally did it. I was like, you guys are being real annoying right now. Okay. So it looks here like I need to connect this to the right pad, which, so that should be here. Hey, thanks for following, Zap Rebel. What's up? Professional electrical engineer here. You always need caps for any LED that changes brightness, not just on and off. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, for the RGB ones, like, that we use for keyboards, they for sure change in brightness. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I want. I want this one to go there. Oops. I had to, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I think we're good for that, and then now I gotta figure out where I want to put all these friggin' diodes, bruh. I think I'll try and fit the resistors like under about where they're at, like for each switch, and then we'll go from there. This one I'll probably rotate somewhere on this side. I'm gonna just leave it there for now. Why is it that many people in the maker section of Twitch are doing a keyboard project right now? Oh yeah, so the keyboard community uses makers and crafting typically for our streams. I've had people suggest like maybe we should be in science and technology, but generally when people are looking for keyboard content, they're gonna look in makers and crafting. So yeah, we've kind of just taken over. Now let me figure out where I want to put my diodes. Our good friend, the diode. But yeah, since you do like electrical engineering, do you have any experience with like doing keyboard stuff? No, this kind of capacitive touch keypads. Oh, cool! That's awesome. Yeah, I'm curious. So, with those type of keypads, like, do you still use like a switch matrix with like diodes and stuff, or is there like a different way typically that you'll implement it? I'm gonna try this and see what happens. The matrix of capacitors, no diodes. Oh, cool! That's awesome. Yeah, I know there's like some people in the hobby who kind of like branch out and do other kinds of like macro pads and different kind of sensors and stuff, so always cool to see what people are up to. I think what I want to do... Yeah, I'll probably just do the same thing. Yeah. But yeah, I'll probably reduce the number of LEDs we're gonna use since there's fewer switches. You know what I just realized? The shape of this could also be like an Among Us thingy. Like you could just like shave it like that and then it's like sus. Yeah, the imposter. I am the true imposter. BA, it's hot, okay? It's so hot. Maybe that could be a maybe that could be like a acrylic option. That should How dare you? Imagine thinking about what I'm actually doing in the moment. I'm sure I'm gonna have to move some of these things around. I know I will, but so far so good. I'm not mad. I might move this on here. Yeah. Might move this like this. And put the row across. Okay. I have to talk to somebody about doing like a acrylic Among Us case. That would be cute too, and you could like animate the like face. Or do like you know how like the little face shield thing, like the goggles, it's like does the shining movement across? You could do that. Okay. Sounds like we have a better product idea than the original. It's true. Okay, let me see. What do we got here? What do we got? Oh, these are LEDs. Yeah. So we'll just kind of like put these around here somewhere for now. Prime Day got me in the money pocket. Oh no. Okay, where do we want to put this resistor? Is this? Oh yeah, we could do like I'll just do it like maybe like here. Is that one? I think that's fine. Dava's desoldering my elephant PCB right now. Oh, nice. It's your only one? Oh no. Yeah, I have one of those the Berber guns if you ever need to borrow one. What's it called? FR301? Need to replace my old Google Wi-Fi pucks. Oh. Is that for like extending your Wi-Fi signal in your house? Mesh network? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we got our capacitor friends, which we could just maybe do like I want to change the silk screen for these, but I'm gonna just stick one above each of these LEDs for now, so then it looks like it has an eyebrow. And then debating, I think we could probably fit a couple RGB LEDs, but it's gonna be tight. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking we either keep the in switch LEDs or we do one or the other. Which, like, from a soldering, like a learning soldering perspective, I feel like beginners love in switch LEDs at first. And I do think they're a good, like, it's kind of like a low risk LED, right? Because they're very inexpensive, through hole. And then also you have to like learn how to manage like different types of switches and how they deal with in-switch LEDs. Like some you have to put them through the switch, others will sit underneath the switch. So figuring that out is always pain, which I think is a good way to practice. Yeah. Yeah, they are huge. That's why We're doing through-hole components for this one for the most part, but I just grabbed like whatever capacitors were around. It's not so much the like actual like silkscreen part I want, it's just the holes themselves. I think we're getting closer. But actually, I think it might be okay because they're gonna get to do the eyeball RGB LEDs. And I think too, we'll get rid of the switch for the reset and then just teach them how to do it on the Pro Micro. Yeah, let's do that. We don't even know you. Yeah, I'll get rid of 2 of these. Yeah, this is like baby's first soldering. Was my like idea for this. And then you can like kind of expand on it, right? Like, so like initially, if you just do the switches, the diodes, and the Pro Micro, that's like level 1. And then adding in like the in-switch LEDs would be like the next step. Then probably doing the OLED would be the next step. And then the final your final form would be learning how to SMD, like surface mount components, like how to do that style of soldering is what I'm thinking. Okay, let's do some little edge cuts. Just so we can get an idea of what this looks like. Doesn't have to be precise. And then let's view. Look at this fool. Sorry, this is really entertaining to me. Oh, look at him, he's so cute. Look at this little baby. Oh my gosh. Okay, here's the backslide. You can only twist, yeah, you can only twist his left one. If you bend the caps up. Oh, that's true. Yeah, if they were like the lay flat kind. I guess we could add another one. Backslide. It's amazing. So yeah. I think what I will do is maybe like I think maybe bringing this line in a little bit so there's like a shoulder might be helpful. And maybe bringing the eyes slightly closer together. But overall, I think I like this a lot better than the last iteration. I don't want to take a screenshot because my computer might freaking crash. So I'm gonna just take a picture and post it on the Discord. Bro, Stella be taking some amazing pictures of Winnie. Screenshots. It's awesome. Okay, let me post this in Streamfind. Okay. So let's get to wiring. Let me move these in slightly just so it doesn't bother me. I think like about there should be good. Bruh, so I don't know what it is. I think it might be, I think I need to maybe like take another look in my computer and like clean it out again. Because what happened was my computer kept crashing like during my streams. And I think it was like overheating or something. But I don't really know how to tell the temperature. Because I'm new to gaming PCs. So like, I was like, and then, so what I did was like cleaned out some of the dust. I need to order like one of those vacuum thingies or whatever. But I cleaned out some of the dust and then it hadn't been doing it for a while. But I'm wondering if maybe because I have a nicer monitor now, maybe my like GPU is working harder, is what I'm thinking. But like, what's a typical like temperature or like a good temperature for your GPU? Because it's saying 50 Celsius right now, but I don't know if that's too much. I've always built my own PCs in the Caribbean. Oh yeah, I can only imagine the temperature out there. Yeah. Yeah, this is the first PC that I ever built, which is pretty fun. I had fun doing it. Oh yeah, and we're using 50's not hot. Okay. Yeah, I don't know Celsius is. America. So okay, that's good to know. You can look up the GPU model and there should be a sub. Oh, okay. Let me Google that. Depends on your room temperature and load on the GPU. Okay, let's Google what Aorus 3070. 3070? Oh, RTX 3070. I was blessed. One of my coworkers at my last company, he like is obsessed with gaming, and so this was like during the time when it was impossible to get graphics cards. So he was like really good at finding them, and he had a 3070, but then he got a hold of a 3090. So then he sold me his 3070, and then I could build my computer. But yeah, it was awesome. Specification. Is it that? No. Support. I don't know. I'm gonna Google this later. So yeah, it worked out really well. And I was blessed. Okay, so let's figure out what pins we should put our stuff on. Or I guess maybe I should start connecting like stuff and then
we'll go from there, I guess.
Dang, I feel like it's been a minute since I've been able to work on a PCB. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so since they're through-hole components, we get a little more flexibility with using the front and the back side of the PCB without having to use vias, which is cool. So what I'm thinking is maybe I'll do the stuff to the diodes on the front, and then we'll do the rest on the back. Converting SP Mini to RGB indicators while listening to you makes the suspense amazing. And then but yeah, in terms of like PCB projects, I still need to finish. I need to order the garbage truck. It's pretty much done already. I just need to order it, and then what else do I got going on? This one's trying. Oh, that's right. I put it that way so that it would I could get the row across a little bit easier. And then the JJ40, I'm waiting on the plate for that, but the PCB's done. The chaos pad, I reworked some of the, well, I reworked a lot of the the case for that one, because there were some issues with the case, like, because I never did it before. So once I'm done with that, I'll order another set of proto cases. And then what else am I up to? Static wants me to make a PCB for him that I think will be fun. I think too, originally I was gonna I wanted to make like a Keep Noob ruler that had like measurements for stuff, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'll integrate that into this project. So on the bottom plate, I'm gonna put like a ruler for like keycap measurements and stuff. But yeah, what else do I got going on? There's like a cat coughing in my backyard. Ew. I'm gonna do this like this for now. I think I'm gonna adjust the like edge cuts a little bit so that we have some more curved edges. Just had a cat fight with it. They're like, it is time to fight. Oh. Okay, and then what else we gotta do? Oh yeah, we gotta hook up our pads. So let me double check about these ones. I'm gonna look on my phone in case maybe Chrome is crashing my stuff. But I had a good idea. Okay, I had a good idea because when we were at the meetup, I noticed like a couple people had like stickers, and I was like, I want stickers. So then I was like, I want to make stickers, but then I had an idea of what if it was like, because the other part too is like when I met people, it was like it's hard to know like how can I contact them in the future. You're mostly just like, join my Discord, or like, what's your Discord name? But I was like, it's kind of hard to like do for every person. So then I was thinking, what if I did like a business card, but then I have like a sticker on the business card. We're recycling. Because then it's like a 2-in-1, you know? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was thinking of doing like a business card, but then it has like my sticker on it, but then it also has like on the side, it'll have like my socials on it. How to contact me. Cause yeah, I mean, I could give somebody my logo, but then like they're not gonna know what it is unless it says it on it. And also it's kind of weird to me, but okay, I'm looking up on the AIO3 thing because I forgot how to hook up the in-switch LEDs. This one? No. Matrices, backlighting. That's underglow. PCB. Okay, let's take a look at this. Because what are these connected to? Because I think one of these is supposed to connect to ground. Like one of these. And then the other one is connected to the resistor. From what I remember. But I need to look this up. Do Rgb. Do I remember the SP Mini used the 32U4AU? Oh no! That's rough. Do you remember though, like, I forget for like the in-switch LEDs, the non-RGB? I can't remember what they're supposed to connect to. Oh, you know what? I have another project that might have the... Hold on. Let's open another project. Because I think that's what I started doing on the first one of this. Okay, yeah. The one ground. Okay, yeah, it's just a LED pin. And do I need anything else for that? Breakout. Okay, so yeah, I think it's just a LED pin, and then the other end's connected to ground. Okay. So that'll be okay. Open up. Okay, so let me move this over a little bit. Oh, I think I had this backwards. I think I had these ones connecting to ground, but it should have been in. What happened here? Yeah, and then we want these going. Okay, so these will go to the LED. I feel like there's a nicer way to do this, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm just gonna put this over here for now. Then we can update our other view. There we go. Okay. So now you can see the little lines connecting our two pins. Oh. Okay, so let me do... I'm also debating, like, because these will need to connect to one another. It's wild, like the sun finally went down. It's crazy how much cooler it is now. Supposedly it's supposed to get cooler tomorrow as well, but I don't trust. Imagine having sun in June. Are you down in Australia town? Below the equator? Because I know Epsi was telling me it's really cold in New Zealand right now. We'll do the You're in Washington and it's gross. Oh no. Went from 10 months of rain to a weekend of sun, back to rain. Oh no. East Coast humidity. Well, I'm assuming, well, just anywhere where it's humid in the summertime is like gross. But yeah, we have, well, we used to have, it's not so much now. We used to have like the June gloom is what they call it, where the weather would get cold for a little bit. But the weather is unpredictable now. I have noticed though we have been getting more June bugs or June beetles, which we hadn't had them for a while and now they're back. It's kind of cool. What wizardry graces the screen today? So we're working on designing a PCB. So it'll actually look like this. I'm gonna make some changes to the profile, but overall it'll be like this. But yeah, I've been learning how to do like PCB design lately. Making my own little projects, which has been super fun. And I've been trying to stream the process, since I think this has been PCB design generally, I feel like comes off very intimidating if you're not like familiar, if you've never learned like any kind of electrical engineering in school or whatever, which I have not. So this is all stuff I've learned from my friends, and it's been really, really fun. So I really enjoy it a lot. So yeah, so each one of these like squares represents like a keyboard switch. So actually this area here with like these lines is where the actual switch fits, and then this provides the clearance that you need between keys in order to have keycaps. And you can see like these are the holes where like the switch will go through. These are where you would solder. And then this particular project, we're using through-hole components. So there's through-hole diodes as well as resistors. So the resistors are used for the LEDs. And then we also have a Pro Micro, which is this green, this big green box here. So yeah, whenever someone creates one of your keyboard PCBs, somewhere there's a nerd doing something like this to make that happen. But yeah, it's a really fun process. I highly recommend if you're interested in it, just hitting up people in my Discord. How much of the architecture of the MCU matters, like Pro Micro versus ARM based? So the nice thing about Pro Micros, BA caught that. So the nice thing about Pro Micros is that since it's a daughter board, all of the components are like on there already for you, so you don't have to worry about routing those components yourself on a PCB. And the other thing too is that the spacing of like the pins and stuff is pretty standardized, at least for the ones we use in keyboards. So, and it also makes production of the PCB cheaper, since they're not having to assemble the microcontroller and like all the other components that go along with it. So for something small, I feel like, or even on like a prototype, like Pro Micro is the way to go in my opinion. And especially for like through-hole style boards, you're gonna be soldering anyway, so I might as well just solder this too. But yeah, many keyboards are ARM and AVR, it just depends on the designer. ARM's been too expensive for a while given the chip shortage, so most went back to AVR. Yeah, the chip shortage made like controllers way more expensive, so that was also another reason people were using Pro Micros too in some cases. But the problem is like you're limited in the number of pins you can use, so you can't really run a full size off of a Pro Micro. You can get away with it with an Elite C because I've been working on one like that, but yeah, pricing has been honestly the biggest thing in determining like which you're gonna use. But yeah, availability has definitely gotten a whole lot better now. Yeah, but see, the one that I had, it was like, it's a full size, plus I needed pins for a trackball and RGB LEDs. You did it for the AT101W PCB? Dang, be over here flexing on us. Yeah, no, the, what is it called? I'm making like a replacement PCB for the, it's the MX11800, and that one I like just barely had enough pins. Like, it was intense. It's where I came up with the duplex without knowing a duplex was a thing. Dang! VA out here just like rediscovering gravity, bruh. He's like, I don't even know what that is. Okay, so let me look. I want to get these LEDs hooked up together. I think I can just do it like this. Oh wait, I think that's why I didn't put one over here originally. Oh wait, no, it'll work. I'm just crazy. Don't worry. We're good. We thought about this before. It's fine. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I played myself. Okay, we're good. So we got those connected. And then... Who are you? Oh, VCC, SL, SCL, and SDA. I also will need to connect these at some point. Oh wait, do I need to change the gotta go clean because I'm an adult or whatever. Well, have fun cleaning. I'll still be here messing around. I'm gonna change the name of this label since we have two types of LEDs. And then we need to... Oh, I didn't even make one over here. Bruh, I'm fake. Aw, thank you, Coffee and Co, for continuing the gift sub. Wow, thank you. Code, Coffee Code. I think you stream too, right? Or I saw you on Instagram. Or something. Twitters? There's so many social medias. But thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you have a good night. I think Bean has returned. Is it Bean or Baby? I saw a cat. Oh yeah, that's where I saw you. It was on stream. Come here, baby. Come here. Come say hello. Come here, girl. Oh. Baby is here. You want to say hello to your fans? Come here, girl. Okay, baby's gonna say hi for a little bit. Let's see, where's your camera? Okay, Okay, baby's on the action cam. You can see how messy my desk is. Say hi, everybody. Say I definitely didn't try to bite Ellie today. Many times on the face. She is tall now. She's got like... She's graduated past potato. Yeah, let me put this over here and you can see her. Baby! Oh, she's stepping on the keyboard. Oh no, she's opening things. Hold on, girl. We gotta close your windows. Say hi, everybody. Look at my belly. Okay, come here. Yeah, she is definitely trying to bite me today. A lot. Which I did not appreciate. But she also is giving me cuddles now. She likes sleeping with me, which is really cute. TOS, bro. Oh, hold on. You wanna go run on the bed? Here, hold on. Run on the bed. Oh no, she's running away. Come here. Say goodbye, everybody. It was nice to see you all. But I am baby and I'm distracted. Huh. Come here. She's acting like she's dying or something. This cat is too much. She's so funny. Girl. She's like, now I can run around and attack your legs. You would never do that, right? Right? She needs to learn TOS. Exactly, that's what I've been telling her, but she don't listen to me. Okay, so now is the glorious time where we... Oh, I should update this. Ew, she's licking my foot. Gross. Okay, so this one is the first one in the chain of LEDs. Hey! You cannot bite my foot. It's against the law, bro. The law of my room. She's trying to attack my power cables. Get your own power cables! What are you doing? No, get out of here. She's like sitting on my foot and attacking my leg. Ugh, these babies. She's really cute though. I can't get mad at her too often. Huh. You know you're cute, that's the problem. Okay, so some things we need to do. We need to connect. I think this connects directly to this. Oh, you know what? I should probably flip these around. No, it's fine, I think. I'll put this one on. We're gonna swap sides for these. Because I think that'll work a little easier. Hey, no biting. We've been working on no biting, only kisses. Because she keeps trying to bite my feet and stuff. And I'm like, girl. They're going to return you if you keep doing this to people. Okay, and then we're gonna connect these two pads together. Cool. And then we'll connect. Excuse me, ma'am. Stop. Okay, I might need to go put her away because she keeps biting me. We need to connect this to... Oh, this is on the front. Okay. Let's switch this then. We'll put this on the back. No, it has to be on the front too. We're gonna have to use vias. Or actually, we could do it through the middle. Never mind. That. And then what else we gotta do? We'll need to pull down this down this way at some point. And then maybe it should go around the outside. I'll put it that way for now. This is the fun part where we try to figure out where to put everything. Where's this cat? Because I'm thinking row 0 could be like number 5. So let's change that on our schematic. I'll move this up too. Probably go like that. And then I think the LED tray, because this one they're gonna all have to connect at some point. Actually, I'm thinking maybe I should pull out the encoders first. Since they're gonna have a stroke. I'm gonna do this. So that means encoder A will be 19, encoder B will be 18. Be 19, encoder B will be 18. There, I find this easier than like trying to assign it in the beginning and then like having to go back in and like move everything. Because you can just kind of see like, okay, what's closest. Let's do that. Okay. Probably connect these two ground traces together because there's gonna be an isolated area here. And then okay, I think what I'm gonna try and do is do like all the columns and stuff like lower, so that way I can keep these upper pins open because I'm gonna need to connect a bunch of them here. Yeah, maybe let's do column 0 at like 11 and column 1 at 10. That way I can just have this come across and this will go here. And then we'll do column 2 at like maybe 15. And then, so our columns are all hooked up. Now I need to do our rows. So we did row 0. Row 1, I'll just put at 12 because it's right here. And then row 2. Actually, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do row 1 at 13 and row 2 at 12. And that should cover our matrix. Then I'll need to do this on the back side. Okay. So our next part to do is the LEDs. I think maybe I'll do the LED at like 9. That should work. But yeah, there's prettier ways to do traces, but I'm just roughing in like where I want them to connect at least, and then we can come back in and adjust the traces from there. And the LEDs, like, as long as they connect together, it doesn't really matter like where they're at, like where the where like on the line of LEDs it's getting connected at, since it's just a single chain that's connected together. Alright, what else do we need to do? The ground plane, we'll get to that, and then I think that's everything for our switch matrix. The rest now is going to be connecting these LEDs, so let me double check the schematic too. Yeah, we need to figure out pins for these 3. And then we should be good. So there's 1, 2, oh yeah, 3. Okay. So that makes things easy. And then VCC will need to connect. Okay, it'll just connect to the capacitor and then. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is pull up VCC from the pin. And then we can branch off a little bit. Because I think in this case we want it to connect directly to the capacitor. I think. I'm just gonna do it like this and then we'll mess around later. Or I think it doesn't really matter actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. I'm just gonna do like this and see what happens. But yeah, we can come back and make adjustments here to make it nicer. And then shh, just wait. It's about the journey, BA, okay? It's about the journey. Hey, what's up, Trey Pop? We're doing PCBs today. Okay. Oh, hello, tiny baby. She's back. Come here, tiny baby. Come here. Stop messing with the trash can. She's so weird. She looks like a little alien because her ears are so big. Hey, do not fight me. And she's hyper right now. She slept a good portion of the day, which is surprising. Because usually she's just like bouncing off the walls. Okay. So, where do I want to put these? Okay, actually I'm gonna move. Yeah, I'm gonna move row 0 down to 6. And then I will put, let's see. I will put SDA on 5. And then we will put SCL on 2. Oops. And then the last one was the RGB, which we could put on 1 actually. What would be easy? I think what I'm gonna do is 1, 2. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put RGB on 1 and then I'm gonna run a via with that one. Since it's on the front side, I want to be on the back side. Okay, so let's do that. Let's start with SDA. Yo, and then we're going to run a VIA. I'll do it like right there. The vias are like holes that are drilled through the PCB that connect the front and the back side. So this component will be on the front side of the PCB, but we can access it to on the back side by using a via. And you'll see them on PCBs, they'll look like a tiny little dot, like a little hole. But yeah, that's what that is. The via. Alright. Okay, I think we're good on our connections, even though it don't look pretty. We're getting there. Okay, it's a journey. But I just want to get it working for now. Okay, we need to, so you'll notice, like, see how there's these little lines still connecting to ground? What we need to now add is called a ground plane. And it basically tells them, oh wait, that's one. Is it that one? Build them. Basically tells the, like, manufacturer, like, this is where I want, like a copper, like, layer, essentially. Is it solid? I wrote this down somewhere. PCBs. Look up. I'm looking at my DMs because I know I took a screenshot of it, what the settings are supposed to be, but I forgot. Because I know it's solid fill, but I can't remember the pad connections. I think it's supposed to be solid, but I don't know. Let's see. Thermal reliefs, thank you. Okay, and then I believe we hit the B key to fill. So you can see if we switch on this thingy. What does it say? Filled areas. We can see now the areas where we have like some isolated parts of the PCB. Ground plane should be inside the PCB outline, leaving about 2mm space between the plane and the board outline. Oh, okay. There's a baby. Yeah, I still need to figure out the final shape because I need to adjust like these footprints, but also I kind of want to like put a little curve in here and then make this slightly larger. But I just want to double check we don't have anything too crazy. There you can see like these areas are isolated. We'll need to adjust. But overall, not bad. This is a cool project. Wish I had time for it. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's something I just do in my spare time. So I try to work on it like once a week. But yeah, I eventually want to get these produced and just have it available because I get a lot of like people who are new to keyboards who ask me questions, and like specifically they'll ask me like, you know, what's a good way to learn how to solder? And because especially like that's how I learned, was like I got this tiny little soldering kit to do because I didn't want to like test on my keyboard, right? Like it's kind of a huge investment, so you don't want to mess up your keyboard the first time you're soldering. So I felt like this might be a good way for people to like have something they don't feel super like concerned about, like if they do something wrong that it'll mess it up. So yeah. But yeah, keyboard stuff is pretty fun. I've been enjoying it a lot. But yeah, I'm thinking we might do like a via situation somewhere around here or here to help with this area. But yeah, I also need to figure out how to draw good on on like the edge cuts, because up till now I've just been like using the square tool and stuff. The arcs kind of confuse me sometimes. But I guess like how much space? I said like 2mm. Do I wonder like I'm wondering if like I do like, we'll just say like about there, that's fine. Like if I add like a little border around, that could be nice. Do or I guess I could like just move it down because it's X and Y, so do like 118. Oh, yeah, I could just do that. This will be 24, and this will be I have a feeling this thing's gonna be chunky and it's gonna be cute. Well, I probably want to make it like quarter. So the start point would be that, I think. There we go. This one. There we go. Oh, okay. So then I'm gonna try and do some like rounded corners, I think. Maybe let me draw like a line here. Reduce this line. Or actually, I can just find out the coordinates on that one. X is this way, Y is this way. There we go. Okay. And then, yeah. Okay, so then I can draw some arcs, I think. Oh, whoops. I kind of like the rounded corners. Oh. Look at this chunky. Look at it, so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh wait. How do I do this one? It's like going in reverse. Oh, that's not right. Maybe I'll come back and finish that one. Because I was thinking if like oh, here. If I do something like oh, what is it trying to align to? Hear this. This should be. I think maybe like about there. Okay, let's see if we have the right. So Y should be this. X will be this minus 2. Who knew this would be so much maths? Oops, it should be the endpoint. Oh, but I need the distance between these two. Okay. Let me get my calculator out. 82.946875 minus 78.978125 equals. Let me get my paper out. 3.96875. Okay, so then we get this one, the endpoint is here. So then we'll do that for now. And then it should be 2 left. Okay. And then we need that number, 0.34375 minus 3.96875. So it's 79.375. Alright. Okay, I think that should work then for our arc. There we go. Oops. And then we'll need to do lines for this one. Oh, whoops, I'm on the wrong thing. I did just do math. Disgusting. Okay, so then I'm gonna make one that's like here. We'll just go up to there. Hey, thanks for following. JSTNP, what's up? We're doing math today, so if that offends you, I'm sorry. Okay, and then the start point, end point will be this one, and then we'll subtract 2. Okay. We're doing math to create these like curved areas. So far we've been pretty successful, which is good. So this should be that, I think. Oh, whoops. Oh, you know what? I need to... Yeah, set the point here and then... Oh, this is off slightly. Okay, what's the matter? Where is the best place to buy a 40% keyboard? Ooh, that's a good question. Is there like a particular type of 40 you're looking for, like particular layout? A good one of the solid vendors is P3D Store. He has quite a few 40% keyboards that are in stock. Oh, Vortex cord. Oh, cool. I actually just saw a picture of that on Instagram recently, because I had the my first keyboard was the Vortex Race 3, and I just realized that they also had a 40%, which is really cool. But yeah, P3D has some awesome keyboards, both aluminum now and acrylic. If you're looking for like a split keyboard, you might check out Board Source. Is that the name? Where is it? Oh yeah, boardsource.xyz. they have a lot of cool like split 40s. So for the P3D ones, let me check. I don't know if he offers like an assembly service. But if you buy one and you need help building it, I'm more than happy to help you do that on stream. Just let me know. But yeah, I think, let me see. Visible assembly. Yeah, I don't think he offers them built, but oh, he'll do it for 40 bucks? Oh, nice. Yeah, so Jake can do it for you, or just message me. Hit me up on Discord. I'm more than happy to help you. But yeah, welcome to the 40s gang. I have a lot of people in my Discord who love 40% keyboards, so oh, so that's just the case assembly. Oh, okay. Yeah, if it's a hot swap, then you shouldn't have any issues, because you'll just be able to switch out the switches without having to solder. But if you need soldering help, feel free to message me. Blind assassin, 40% source, not really. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, KeyBio is also a good option. I'm trying to think which other ones. Little keyboards, they don't always have the best stock, but they do have some cool little boards. So yeah, just let us know what you're looking for. Oh, that's right. I want that one. That one is a cutie. That's so cool. That's funny you brought up that board, because I literally just saw a picture of that one. Like it was like either today or yesterday. Okay, this one. I think that's our issue, is the start and end point are off. This one. No, I think that's right. Okay, maybe I just put I didn't put it in the right spot. There we go. I think I just was rushing. Okay, so then this one should be about the same. Baby! So do I need PCB, case, plate, switches, keycaps, hot swap preferred? Okay. Yeah, so that looks like all the things you'll need. Typically, like with P3D stores kits, it'll include the case, the plate, the PCB, and you'll need to supply switches. Also, depending on like what like options are on the PCB, you might need stabilizers. But usually with 40s, you don't have like larger keycaps that would need them. Typically, if it's like 2U and small, like and smaller, you can get away without a stabilizer. So it just depends on which board you're looking at. But yeah, all of these would include the PCB, the case, and the plate. Something like the blue minivan. Oh, okay. So yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, it includes a PCB. Oh, nice. Yeah, and this one is hot swap too, so you wouldn't need to solder anything. What? Oh yeah, you can see it here, those sockets that are sitting in the Yeah, this would work good for you. And then file support, USB-C. So yeah, so all you would need would be this kit, and then keycaps and switches. Which switches is something you'll experiment with, but yeah, let us know if you need a recommendation for switches. But yeah, I typically will get mine from like either Thought Keys or 3D Keys, or it depends on what switch you're buying, honestly. Actually, I just put the Oil Kings. If you like linears, the Oil Kings are pretty nice because you honestly don't really need to lube them, which was a huge selling point for me because like I hate lubing switches. Yeah, let us know if you need help looking for something. Double check the height. Royal Kings are good if 70 gram is too heavy, then Gat Yellow Pros. Yeah, I think the Gat Yellow Pros, I know you've told me and a couple other people have mentioned that they're really good stock, so that's also a good option. Yeah. This is so funny. I think I might change the shape of the shoulder, but I kind of like it already. It's like pretty funny. Oh, whoops. I want it to be 30. You can also just go into a hot swap keyboard, or there's some that can't. So there's some that are a little more difficult to get into hot swap sockets, but generally the ones like the MX ones you find will be okay. I do know Zeal switches are kind of difficult to get into hot swap sockets because one of the legs on the switch is slightly larger than normal. But generally you should be okay. Let me see, I don't know if I have this right. Endpoints 32.1625. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it reminds me of Domo-kun. It definitely has that vibe. I think it's trying to like match itself off of a different component. Nah, some of the keyboard, it's already programmed like layers and stuff. Yeah, it should, I believe it said on there. So yeah, it's flashed with a VL compatible firmware. So VL is like or VIL, it's an alternative to VIA that's open source, which is nice. So it should already be flashed when you get it. And then you can download what is it called? Get VIL today. You can download the VIL client through their website, or they have like a web-based version too, and then you should be able to program all your layers and stuff. Their program's pretty similar to VIA, but it does have a lot more options since it's open source. Yeah, the web version is nice because you don't have to download anything. But yeah, and so then you'll just go and make changes to the key map as you want, and then you should be good to go. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm wondering if I can change the values. Like, is it possible to do that? Because, like, see how it's like, there are ways to edit the values. I think it should be 90 degrees. And then do... There we go. Yeah, definitely come back anytime. If you have questions, feel free to hit up the Discord. There's a lot of people in there who are smarter than me who can help too. But yeah, I'm excited for you. You're starting off on your 40% journey into customs. I feel like right now too is a great time to like get into customs because there's so many options right now, you know? So that's awesome. Because I remember back when I first started, like, there wasn't anything in stock. I was like Googling so many websites, like trying to find anything. Okay, now let me get the start point of this one. Oh wait, I think this is 52. Oh, okay. There we go. $34. Oh, this one. $75. Oh, whoops. I think I got the wrong value. Oh, here you go. 52. Oh, whoops. There we go. Alright. So let's take a look at our little friend. Oh, look at this! Oh my gosh. Wait, let's fill the... Oh my gosh. Look at our friend. Look at this, so cute. Okay, wait, I'm gonna have to design like some silk screens and stuff to make it look more beep beep boop boop. But it's really cute. Oh, this is amazing. I feel like PCB design stuff, like I feel very little like stress about it, so like I just do whatever I want, and it's really fun. Yeah, I think I like it. He does have a happy vibe, right? I think the shape too helps a lot. I think what I might do is like maybe round out the shoulder slightly. Well, I guess it's a robot, right? So like robots are a little more angular. so it might be fine. And I think too, having the pins here is like makes it a little more adds a little more texture. Just played around in Vampire Survivor, not a single candlestick gave me help. Oh no. It was just giving you like money or something. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's coming out cute so far. Yeah, I'll mess around with the traces. All coins, oh man. That sucks. But yeah, we can mess around with the traces next time to make it a little more fun. Oh yeah, we're making like a beginning soldering kit, so it's kind of like intended for people who've never built a keyboard before. Then you can learn how to like solder a Pro Micro, solder switches without too much pressure. Because if you mess it up, like it's still gonna be cute, you know what I mean? So yeah, and then I'll have like different kind of like options, so like as to how far you want to really take it. So yeah. Oh, maybe that's what C1 and C2 are. Sure. Oh, these guys on the top. So these two up here. These are capacitors. This shape, I'm gonna change it later. I just grabbed like whichever footprint I could find. But basically like these will look like, let me see if there's the 3D model. The capacitors, like these are like the, I forget what they call them, but this is one style of capacitor. There's also ones that look like kind of like diodes, the ones that we use for keyboards. So that's why it looks round, and there's a color on one side and not the other. Like one side is white and the other is black, because there is a direction for this particular style of capacitor. So yeah. But yeah, we'll change these out with something else. I just grabbed something real fast. Hey, what's up, Rufio? How's it going? So yeah, so we have like our capacitors are up here. We have RGB LEDs, so these ones. We have an OLED will go in this box. So the pins will go on the one side. Each one of these squares represents a keyboard switch. And then these little guys are diodes, the Ds. And then the one that's like sitting underneath, these are resistors. So you'll notice like the diodes and resistors look pretty similar. That's just because the size of them are pretty similar. At least for the package that we use. And then this green area, this is our Pro Micro. So this is what's going to control all of the functionality of our PCB. But yeah, and then we just shaped it like a robot because why not? Oh, you got a headache? Oh no. I'm sorry. Bro, the heat has been like intense today. I'm real tempted to go to the office just because they got air conditioning. Alright, so I think this is a good spot to end for today. Next time we can come back and refine our traces a little bit and maybe design some of the silk screen to go on it. But yeah, I'm happy with this. This is cute. Oh yeah, make sure if you haven't donated already to the Don't Know Business-a-thon, you can donate up to 2,000 channel points. But yeah, let's try to find somebody to raid. Oh, you know what? Rumi's streaming, and it looks like she's doing some charity stuff. Cool, let's go raid Rumi. She's an awesome keyboard streamer. She just finished doing a I think it was an 8-hour stream for the Transgender Law Center. She raised over $2,000, which is awesome. So I think she's trying to hit a stretch goal. But yeah, let's all go show her some love. Do Do we need a raid message? I always forget to do a raid message. Let's do we love PCBs. And we'll do a heart. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so I'll be back on Friday playing some games on stream. But I hope you all have a good week. If you're not already in the Discord, if you ever have questions, feel free to hit me up. discord.gg/babyserver. And I will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been fun. Alright, good night. Bye-bye.